Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming from Spikemuth City where, true to form, the Rockets are starting off their season very slow, but they are going up against the Goldenrod Guild, who are having their best start to a season we have ever seen here in the PokeType League VGC, and what a way to continue that than if they can take down a former champion side. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think's going to win this matchup. Will it be the dark types? Will it be the normal types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And starting out for the guild is going to be their heroic Terrestrial draftee Palafin, joined by KingNido, as it is going to be Cacturne and Morpeko starting out for the Spikemuth Rockets in this head-to-head contest between these two sides. And starting out with that speed control is going to be Palafin, but it tries for the Roost and it is already at full strength, so that is going to fail. However, Indeedee, trying to do their part, goes with the yawn onto that very adorable Morpeko. He is going to grow drowsy very early in this matchup, but it does respond by setting up with the Dragon Dance very early on here with this attack boost coming into play, as well as that speed boost, trying to take speed control for the Rockets. Cacturne with the follow-up does go for the Ice Shard on to Indeedee, as we see Morpeko transform into that ferocious little form, and now it's got speed control going for the Mortal Spin, getting in a good connection there onto Indeedee and leaving that poisoning onto both Palafin and the Psychic normal type, so they are going to have to deal with that passive damage as well. But Palafin is going to respond by going for the super effective Blue Flare, getting the one hit wonder onto Cacturne, and Indeedee follows up with the foul play, getting some great damage for a not very effective move there onto Morpeko. But that poisoning we see starting to take effect on the normal types, even though they've just taken the early game lead. That poisoning could change everything. However, Morpeko, as angry and ferocious as it has still fallen asleep, and it is still snacking away in that slumber. As joining it now on the field is Shiftry, who has been having a great start to the season. Now Morpeko is fast asleep on the field. This opens the door for Palafin to go for the Metal Claw, taking it straight to Shiftry there with a good connection. Indeedee with the follow-up going for the Weather Ball. They want to get this second Grass Dark type off the side of the Rockets. Some more great damage there as well, but Shiftry does respond with the Cross Chop, putting Palafin into knockout range, and that poisoning, it needs to hang on, but the poisoning is going to take Palafin out of this match, leveling the playing field for the Spikemuth Rockets with 5 Pokemon remaining on both sides here. And there is that poisoning still affecting Indeedee, as Morpeko is still getting ferocious. It looks like it's having nightmares in that slumber now, as out comes Greedent for the guild, and already Morpeko has awoken, allowing it to go for the Bolt Strike onto Indeedee, getting that elimination, putting the Spikemuth Rockets now in front, taking Indeedee and Palafin out of this match. And Shiftry looking for the follow-up, going with the defense skill, as the Rockets have taken full speed control. It is going to boost that physical defense, but Greedent does respond with the Night Slash onto Morpeko. Not very effective, getting some good chip damage, as Morpeko still chowing down on those snacks, looking much more joyful. And it is going to be Oinkalone coming out for the guild. Morpeko though with the takedown, getting some good damage there onto Greedent, but it does take a little bit of recoil damage in the process. Shiftry following up, going with the charge this time, so it is going to begin charging power here on the field and boosting that special defense this time. However, Oinkalone going for its first move of the match with the Power Whip. Not very effective there onto Shiftry, but Greedent with the opportunity to follow up, going with the Soak. It's going to change Morpeko into a Water type, losing that Electric Dark typing as it becomes very angry at the thought of that. Clearly it is going to go with the Sludge Bomb in response onto Greedent, getting some more good damage there, and Shiftry going for the Fling. It is going to fling its Enigma Berry at Greedent, who I'm sure appreciates the berry being thrown its way, but it is the bounce being set up here by Oinkalone, springing up high into the sky, and Greedent going with the Psych Up. It is going to copy those stat changes of Shiftry with those defense boosts, as Morpeko once again chowing down on those snacks that it has. It is going to go for that super effective low kick, putting Greedent into knockout range. After those boosted defenses might have kept it in the match, it is going to chow down on its own Enigma Berry here, restoring that health, but it's got that cheek pouch ability. It's going to restore even more health here. Shiftry is going to go for the stomp, but it goes for Oinkologne, who is still up high in the sky, but now it comes down with that bounce, and Morpeko hangs on by a thread as Greedent can take it out, goes for the rock polish instead. It is going to boost that speed a great deal, as Morpeko is getting very angry at the thought of somebody outspeeding it, but it does still have speed control. It goes for the prismatic laser onto Greedent, getting some more good damage, but it restored so much health as Shiftry is going to go for the Brave Bird also onto Greedent there. And they would have surely taken it out if it hadn't been for all that health restoration. Shiftry with the recoil damage goes into knockout range, but the blast burn is finally going to take Morpeko out of this match. That may have been a little bit excessive there from Oinkologne, but it does level the playing field as Greedent follows it up with the Nightshade, and that consistent damage completes the huge play, taking Shiftry out of this match. It is going to be low kicks coming out for the Rockets, and immediately it is joined by Mighty Anna. And it is the Alluring Voice getting that first damage onto Oinkologne from low kicks, as Oinkologne does have to recharge. Greedent is going to go for the Moonlight, continuing to restore its health, basking in the glow of that Moonlight here. We see that health being restored as Mighty Anna goes for the Explosion. And it takes itself and only itself out of this matchup, getting some good damage onto everybody on the field, including, unfortunately for the Rockets, its own teammate. But Low Kicks is holding onto that Lancer Berry, so now it is getting pumped. But with that said, Oinkologne chows down on its own Staff Berry here that is going to boost that physical defense. And the last Pokemon for the Spikemuth Rockets is going to be Malamar, as Low Kicks goes with the Fairy Lock, making it so no one can run away during this next turn. But no one's looking to run away from this match as Oinkologne goes with the Shore Up. It too is going to be restoring its health down there on the field, as the guild have the 4-2 lead as well. Malamar is going to go for the Milk Drink. It tries to restore its health, but it's already at full strength, so it's going to fail. This opens the door for Greedent to go with the Psychic Noise, but that is not going to work on the Dark types who are immune to Psychic type moves. This allows Low Kicks to go with the Harden. It is going to boost that physical defense. It is much more of a physical attacker though, as Oinkologne is going to respond with the Glare on to Low Kicks, leaving it paralyzed. So this is going to slow it down. It may make it unable to move. It may give full control to Oinkologne, who's on the receiving end of a Blaze Kick from Malamar. Not doing much damage, but that Lingering Aroma transfers to Malamar, taking away that Infiltrator ability. And Greedent does respond for its side with the Draining Kiss. All of this health restoration in play in this matchup, but it takes Low Kicks out of this matchup. Malamar is in a 1v4 contest against the Goldenrod Guild, as Oinkologne goes with the lock on, focusing on the one remaining member of the Spikemuth Rockets. It is taking aim, but Malamar does respond with the Flamethrower, still going for Oinkologne there, getting some more good damage, but Greedent looking to capitalize, goes for the Brick Break, trying to capitalize on that Dark typing, but Malamar, being part Psychic type, prevents it from being super effective, as Greedent now gets the Lingering Aroma. Oinkologne is going to go for the Power Gem. They're keeping on the offensive here, getting some more good damage there onto Malamar, who does respond with the Volt Tackle onto Greedent. Gets that critical play, putting it into knockout range, but it does take some recoil damage in the process, as Greedent is going to go for the final Gambit. It takes itself out, but it puts Malamar into knockout range. And this is going to cause Malamar to chow down on its own Staff Berry. It boosts its speed here. It wants speed control over the remaining members of the guild, as it is Kamala in that Comatose coming out onto the field, who's having a great season. But Malamar going with the Weather Ball, immediately going for that Drowsing Pokemon there, getting some chip damage. Oinkologne though looking to focus, goes with the Dragon Tail, but that is going to be avoided by Malamar. Kamala, however, going for its part, goes with the Frost Breath immediately on the offensive to take down Malamar with that critical play, and giving the Goldenrod Guild their 4th win of the season by taking down the Spikemuth Rockets. The guild this season are showing they are for real by moving themselves up into 2nd place, and next round they are going up against the Eterna Devons. Whereas for the Rockets, they really need to get their season going, as next round they are going up against the Pony Stars. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will see you when you see me.